guys, this is Caleb with DSLRvideoshooter.com. We're finishing up 2014 and I wanted to go over 10 of the most important pieces of gear for me this year. So the first one is the Wally-Mex Pro cage. This is a fantastic cage. It is really affordable too when you compare it to something like a wooden camera quick cage. And you can get accessories like this right here where we have a HDMI lock on the side. It's just a fantastic cage. As you can see here, it's on rods, but I can very easily remove it like so, and then you're shooting handheld. It's very rigid, aircraft aluminum, made in Germany, so it's a great cage and I really enjoyed working with it. And it's also very small, it stays out of the way, which is really nice. The second item is actually the camera itself, the GH4. I know I've talked a lot about it, but I just can't emphasize enough how great this camera is and how much I've enjoyed switching from Canon DSLRs over to a GH4 and the EVF, 4K, slow motion, the list goes on and on. If you want to learn more about that stuff, check out the review I've done. But it's just been a solid performer and I've really enjoyed working with two of them for interviews, music videos, all kinds of different stuff. And while we're talking about cameras, let's talk about lenses. This year I went ahead and bit the bullet and sold a bunch of stuff and picked up 3 Nikon zoom lenses, and I haven't looked back. These lenses are absolutely incredible. They're manual aperture, so really they're gonna work with any camera on the planet. So I can use it on this. I used it on the GH4 with an A7S, no problem, because the Nikon F mount is so flexible. And you can throw this on Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, you know, so many different mounts. There's really an endless possibility with these lenses. So the 3 lenses that I picked up that I've really enjoyed is the 17 to 35, which I have here, the 80 to 200, and then I'm shooting this on a 28 to 70, and those 3 lenses give me a fantastic range, and again, they're gonna work on any camera out there. The third piece of gear is the wooden camera NATO handle. Now this is kind of a pricey handle and I've done a review on it in the past, but it has so much flexibility and it works with everything. So you can actually see I have it mounted to the Wally-Mex cage. The Wally-Mex comes with its own handle. I've been using the wooden camera NATO handle. So it has a nice safety rail pins, so it takes, removes just like that. Set the camera down, and it's fantastic because you can mount it on the NATO rails, and then you also have a 15mm rod, which would allow you to set up an EVF kind of a deal. The handle is rotatable, so there's a little screw up here, and it lets you rotate the handle, and there's rosettes in here, so once you lock it down, it's not going anywhere. On the front of the handle, at the top, we have a female cold shoe mount. There's 1/4-20s and 3/8 throughout the entire handle. And then what's really cool also, again, this thing is so flexible. On one end of the handle, going through the handle, we have 15mm rods, so you could add a rod onto the handle to extend it. And on the back, we have 19mm. So unbelievable flexibility. You could put it on the side of a cage, you can put it on the top of the cage, easily reverse it. So if you have a back heavy, you can flip it around. If you have a front heavy camera system, you can flip it around again. And then something that I really like to do, and I'll show you here, when I pack this thing up, sometimes I'll go out on a shoot and I only need the camera and a lens. So I don't want to bring, a big bag. So what I actually do is take a dom key bag, which is just a flat wrap that you wrap around the camera. So to pack it all up real nice, I'll just put the handle onto its side like so, and now I have, just this nice little body cage handle set up. Works really well, and I've really enjoyed this top handle. The next gear item on our list is the Porta Brace bags. So it's really 2 items, but I have fallen in love with this brand when it comes to their bags, and specifically their soft cases. So they've recently come out with a ton of different cases. They're soft, but they have a rigid form. So a lot of these you can kneel on, stand on. They're really, really rigid, but they're very light. So this is the backpack, and what's cool is you could tuck away the actual, backpack straps, which allow you to use this kind of like a Pelican case. And so this is what I use for all of my cameras and monitors. Everything fits in this bag right here. And then I have a second bag that I can use for even more gear. Depending on the product, sometimes I'll put the second camera in here. Often I have a lot of audio gear in here, or it can be used as a lens bag. So top-notch stuff, handmade. You can't go wrong with these guys. And it's gonna keep the weight down, and they're just so comfortable to work with. So really fantastic company and fantastic bags. Number 6 on our list is JuicedLink preamps. And you can check out a review I've done on those. It's pretty much the tool I use for audio. I never leave the studio without it if I'm going to be doing any audio at all. So you have to check that out. I've done a review and a comparison to a bunch of other setups using that. At number 7, we have the Rode NTG2. This year I finally decided it was time to move away from cheap mics and check that thing out, and it really has been an incredible microphone. I have it right here. This is what you're listening to currently, and it's the perfect, you know, not super high-end, expensive, but the quality from this thing is unbelievably good. And when you use it with something like the JuicedLink preamps, you get some really fantastic audio going straight to camera, no need for dual system sound. So really love that microphone. It's just an animal and something I always have with me. Next on our list, we have the Alzo 3000 LED lights. I have 2 of them right now going through a silk, and that's what's lighting, you know, me right now. And you know, they're maybe not the best quality when it comes to hue or color, but they're really close to a lot of other lights, and the cost is just unbelievable. For around $300-400, you can pick up, you know, this light with some barn doors and stuff like that, and I've really enjoyed using them. And the biggest thing for me is just a ton of output. It's really hard to find affordable lights that give you a huge amount of output. Just great lights, you really can't go wrong with them. Coming in at number 9 is the SmallHD DP7 Pro monitor. I've tried a bunch of different monitors and had the opportunity to try this one, and it blew my mind. It's the perfect size if you want to move up from something smaller like a 4 or 5 inch, and there is just loaded with features. The biggest features for me are the scopes. So most monitors come with false color, focus peaking, you know, zebras, but few have those and vector scope and waveform. So those are huge for lighting complicated sets, even just standard ones like this to make sure the gray isn't blown out. Green screen, making sure the skin tones are correct. The other thing I love is if you put your finger near these little sensors, all of your quick assigned buttons pop up on the screen, and you can see, you know, what you want to turn on. So we go ahead and turn on our vector scope here. And now we have a beautiful vector scope to make sure our skin tones are right on. So that's just one of the many features on this monitor, and I've really enjoyed working with it, and I think it's pretty much my main monitor now. You can get different battery plates for it, so definitely check that out. Great monitor, and that's one of the reasons I put it on this list. And then last but definitely not least is a little tiny accessory that is under $10 that has sped up lighting and several other tasks on set a ton, and it's called the Rapid Baby. So let me grab it. It's actually on the light in the background here, so 1 second. So here I have my background light. Let me turn it off here. And what's cool is I've got this on a ball head, so I can put this on the stand and adjust you know, the angle of the light. But underneath that is what I want to talk about, and that is the Rapid Baby right here. So all it is a little you know, female adapter for light stand studs, and it has on the top of that a 1/4-20 male thread. So it's perfect for stuff like this. Otherwise, you got to take this light and you got to screw it onto the light stand. It takes a lot of time setting up, tearing down. Whereas this guy, this just lives on the light, so this whole thing goes into a bag. And when I get on set, just plop it on the light stand, use the little ball head to set up the light, you're done. When it's time to go home, just loosen it up, tighten this all the way back down so you don't lose it. And I'll usually like do something like this so it's all nice and tidy, and then we're done. So under $10 or around 10 bucks on B&H Photo Video. Links to everything that we've talked about today will be under this video at DSLRvideoshooter.com. Just some tools that have really helped me, you know, do my job, whether it be here in the studio shooting these videos or doing other projects. So it's great tools. You can't go wrong with this stuff. And these are the kind of things that, you know, are going to stick around. You know, these are tools that, you know, you get and you buy once and then you're done. So definitely check some of them out, and let me know what your favorite gear of 2014 was. Stay tuned for more content in 2015. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me, watching all this stuff, and just being a fantastic community. Have a great holiday, and I will see you guys in the new year.